Hello, my good comrades of YouTube, and welcome to some interesting flying today. I'm going to be teaching you and giving you some tips on simulator flying. Predominantly, this video is going to be more of carrier-based aircraft and trying to land on a carrier. I'm playing the f6f, the radar, which I would always say is very helpful to get a radar on a simulator plane because it gives you a lot better sense of where people are, obviously. But yeah, we're going to take off here, and if you've binded all of your simulator controls well, you know, you've got all your stuff ready, you have, I would definitely say keep your WASD for up, down, left, right, you know, your pitch, all this, and then your rudder as well. It's very helpful. Obviously, I to start your engine to get yourself going, and then we're going to take off this aircraft ground. Trying to avoid the tower a bit here because that would not be a good example. There we go. And we're off. Okay, so flying in simulator can be difficult, but it's a very smooth ride when you fly in simulator. It's you just basically up, you roll left and right using your mouse joystick. You can go up, down, but you've got a lot more authority over your plane, so you can turn more, you can turn quickly, but be careful of that because you can put yourself in flat spins and all sorts of bad stuff. So I've got my friend, Lieutenant Mahu. Say hello.
Hello.
Alright, gonna be fighting, hopefully, when he comes into the other. Been in a couple of test flights on Malta here. I like Malta. Malta's a good map because you can destroy boats, you can destroy ground targets, you get an aircraft carrier. So
Can I have
it's
an
a nice map.
invitation?
Yeah, I'll give you an invitation.
Thanks.
But yeah, just going to be, you know, teaching you how to fly
No.
and giving you some tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. So, first tip and trick: start slow, and before you go into a simulator game, practice. Go into a custom battle, fly around, you know, get used to the controls. Because when I'm gonna not gonna lie, when I first started playing simulator, it took me maybe 10 tries to get off the runway. Because you can be very squirrely on the runway, and different planes act differently. So before you fly a new plane, you know, take it out in a custom battle, see how it flies, see what its limitations are. Now, tip number 2: try not to overstrain your aircraft. Because you have now full, if you're used to flying in realistic, what I would definitely suggest doing, because going from arcade to simulator is not a fun change. But you can quickly turn, you can quickly go up, down, because you have full turn, because your instructor is off, which is what War Thunder calls it. But yeah. So when you're going for a turn, especially if you're dogfighting someone, instead of going full back, and you see what I mean, puts me straight into a flat spin. Just like that. Try and get out. To get out of a flat spin, just press all the opposite buttons of what you were. So right there, I was pressing Q, because I was rolling to the right. I was pressing A to get out of that stall. And you can put your mouse to top left or top right, whichever way you stalled. So yeah, try. You see what I mean? As soon as I pulled really hard, it put me straight into a flat spin. That was interesting. But yeah, and you know, just be careful with your aircraft. You're actually flying. I hate to say it, but like you're flying. It's more like you're flying a proper aircraft. You know, you're actually controlling this aircraft. You're not getting help from a game or like any sort of assistance. You are flying this aircraft like you would be flying in real life. So you know, instead of going boom, pulling straight into a turn really hard, it really messes with your aircraft. So start slow, and then you can slowly increase the turn. I would advise not even bothering using S, because S turns you quite a bit fast and instantly, see what I mean? Pulls you out of the turn. So just keep it nice and smooth, and try and slow down. Obviously, the more you learn, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the faster you're going to be able to turn, the more you're going to get used to getting out of flat spins, the more you're going to get used to just flying your aircraft. But as I said, it's different with every aircraft. You know, it's very different flying a Zero nimble fighter to flying a B-17. It's very different protocol, and you turn differently, you know. You get what I mean.
I'm at 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet? Alright.
Yep.
We will be back when we meet each other. E. Is that you up there? No, that's not you. What are you in?
H6.
Okay, guys, we're back. I'm gonna wait for Mara to get his stuff together, and we're gonna go and hunt some AI, which I would definitely suggest. So in your custom battle, when you set your custom battle up, put it in simulator. Obviously, fly around a bit. You know, get used to your aircraft, how it moves, how it turns. But yeah, go and fight some AI. Fighting AI is always the option, because people who play simulator most of the time have been playing simulator for a long time. It's just like when you first started playing realistic, you got done. Basically, they really outplayed you and they destroyed you. So, you know, play with AI a bit. Get used to your plane. Get used to how your plane feels. Get used to how your plane. I know I've said this and I'm saying it again, but you really have to understand your plane before you throw it into a match and get yourself into a dogfight, and you know that doesn't go well. But I was also going to say there is definitely benefits to playing simulator. Simulator, out of all of them, gives you the most. Oh, well,
XP.
It gives you the most XP. It does cost lions to go in your planes, though, so remember that it does cost lions to go in your plane.
Reserve are free though.
Yeah, reserve are free. Wouldn't advise playing reserve in simulator because they can be quite hard to control. But, you know, whatever floats your boat. Just going to go in for this Japanese fighter over here. Seems to be having a dogfight with some AI. Now, because you are stuck in your cockpit, there's no crosshair, there's no leading like where you're at. Just going to lock him up with my radar here if I can. There you go. You have to lead quite far forward, and sometimes your lead will be so much that you can't even see the enemy aircraft like it was there. I didn't even lead enough and it was still under my aircraft's nose. So you have to kind of guess almost, but be sparing with your ammo. So if you're not sparing with your ammo, it can cause some unwanted trouble, so to speak. See how much I led that? It's hard to fight with a zero here. I wouldn't advise going straight into dogfighting like this, especially with an f6f versus a zero. It's not exactly the most even matchup in a dogfight. But, you know, it's what I'm using and showing you today.
Very
Has to be a
nimble
bit.
fighter.
Yeah, and the f6f is not exactly nimble. It's not bad. There you go, I've just stalled myself out. So when you stall out in simulator, it can be very good, like that. What you want to do is just point your nose to the ground, get stable, and then slowly start to bring your nose up. The slower you bring your nose, obviously if you're going to hit the ground, you might want to be a bit urgent about it, but the slower you go, the easier it is, and just practice and practice and practice, because the more you get used to it. I'm terrible at flying simulator. I'm not going to lie, I'm really not good at flying simulator.
I'm
This is
only good
probably
at
the-
bombers.
Yeah, but I would say start in bombers, because bombers are a lot easier to fly.
And you get XP for bombing bases.
Yeah, you get a lot of XP for flying bases. Simulator is very good for XP.
Probably one of the easiest ways to grind. I went from rank 2 to rank 4 within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not even that.
It's very effective. Now, obviously, some planes may be different, but you can't see behind you. You also can't see below you. You can't see over there. You can't see over here. You have limitations. Obviously, some planes have bigger, more easier cockpits. Some planes have smaller cockpits. It all depends on what you're flying. So get used to not having that limited field of view. And you know, every now and then when I'm flying, I like to dip a wing, you know, look around, maybe even go over, look under me. Just keep good field of view. So if you're not keeping good field of view, it's very easy for an enemy to just sneak up behind you and send you back to the hangar. So be careful of that. You see what I mean? I couldn't see him, but now that I've turned, I can see him. Probably gonna die here because Zero is a lot more maneuverable than me. See how I'm taking it slow? I'm not yawing my aircraft left and right. I'm not pulling insane amounts of G's or anything crazy. Just taking it nice and easy. Easy you take it. You may get shot down because you're taking it easy. Like I got shot there. I got shot at there because I wasn't pulling hard. But if I did pull hard, there's a chance I would have gone on the flat spin, and then, you know, I've lost a plane. I've wasted lines. Something you don't really want to be doing. Right, we'll catch back to you some next. Some tips and tricks.